I began sewing in the 4th grade. And I remember my mother had her sewing machine in my bedroom. And so she sewed all of our clothes. And I still remember the first thing I made was a little, like a knee-length jumpsuit with a zipper, or maybe I had buttons, I don't remember, but it was kind of a gold color, and I wore that all summer long, and I was so proud of it. And after that, I made most of my own clothes, I think, until in high school. And I remember going to fabric stores with my mother, and she was, I now know she was a fabricaholic. She could have no money to spend on groceries, but she'd always come up with money for fabric somehow. And she would walk along and she would feel the bolts. And I learned how to tell a cotton from a polyester, from a silk, by feeling the fabric with her. And my dad built them a base for a big king-size waterbed. And it had drawers on the sides, but there was a big channel down the middle of it that, where she could shove boxes in. And they were all full of fabric. And it was, long and narrow. And so we started calling it the coffin. And so my mother had the coffin full of fabric. And that's how I started sewing. Growing up sewing, I just sort of absorbed the names of sewing machines, and Bernina was always one that I just knew about, and it always represented a really good machine. I mean, people would say Bernina, and it was like they had this special tone in their voice, like, oh, she's got a Bernina. And so I just sort of always knew that that was a machine to have. It was quality. It was something like having a Steinway. You had a Bernina. How has Bernina benefited my craft? I think it made the most impact when I started doing machine quilting, because I wanted the control. I wanted the quality of the stitch. I wanted the machine that was solid and would keep going and going. And there was the difference. It was like the difference between driving a car that was really well built. You just had that solid factor. You had the reliability. It was just easier to use because it was built well. And having a good stitch so that things would balance out very easily and just give you that evenness and the quality of the look of your work. I think that's the reason I first said I want a Bernina, because I just wanted that sense of quality in my work. And it does make a difference. I think it's the things that I just said. It's having a tool that will do pretty much anything I want to do and do it extremely well. It's having something that is... My dad's a carpenter, he's a cabinet maker, and so I always grew up with tools. And I know the difference between a tool that just does the job okay and a tool that does the job really well. And it's that sense of having the right tool for the job and knowing that the tool is going to do the job well, and that you don't have to fight the tool. The tool helps you and it expands you because it's crafted well and because it's quality and because the creator of that tool had in mind the vision of you doing the kind of work that you envision, and they help carry you to that place. I think what I like best about being an ambassador is I like being able to inspire people. I like helping them to surpass what they think they can do. And I think that teaching them about that same sense of quality and about the right tool for the job and having a tool that helps them do it helps increase their sense of what they can do in their own craft. Another thing that I really liked about it is that it has taken me traveling a lot of places, but surprisingly, I've been part of bringing Bernina to South America because I lived in Argentina and I speak Spanish. So I teach in South America in Spanish. And so sort of helping to that world to grow and sort of helping the brand to grow there has been very exciting because people are very hungry to learn, and knowing that you're going to put the best tool for the job in their hands at the beginning of their journey is a nice feeling.